Give me one dashing minute. So you're gonna hear this little music in the background and me trying to figure out how to pause it. Okay. So what I did was I put Velcro on my wall so I can put my remote there because I keep losing it. Every time I move, I can never find my remote. I live in a van, okay? My bed's no wider than part of queen, but really full size, but partially queen. All right. And I just trying to get this thing off the Velcro. I took the Velcro off the fucking wall. It's fucking crazy. Okay. Let me tell you something. Somebody brought this to my attention, and oh my god, they are brilliant. So this is what the prosecution was hiding. This is why they did not want to use Bryan's DNA. OMG, okay? So now I got to find out if Washington University and Moscow University has the, what's it called? It's called a campus market, okay? Now you can use Facebook because it's the only way to really reach locals within the area. And I think you can also use Instagram. And you can sell stuff. You know, students sell things all the time. And there's also Craigslist. So this one also talks about a Craigslist and a school bulletin. So now what happens is students end up leaving and they inquire a little too much. We all love to spend. We all love to shop. And sometimes we get things that we don't need, we don't want. Now, he knew he was coming to a rural area, an area where he still might have to worry about bears, mountain lions. He still has to worry about defending himself just like he would in Pennsylvania. So he goes jogging a lot. He apparently likes the jogging high, okay? And or the jogger's high, which I heard from one of his friends that he used to party with. And that was on a live event of another gentleman who did an interview with the friend because he's also a friend of Bryan. Okay. Now, so I'm not making up stories. It's happening. It's happening. Okay? It's happening. It's all coming full circle, bro. This is what nobody understands. So, here we go. So here I'm thinking they're planting evidence. Well, the whole reason why that knife and sheath, if I'm correct, which I know I am, okay, has his father's DNA on it, and his DNA is because that it resided at his house first. And who is he always with? His dad, his mom and dad. I'm just surprised the mom's not on there, right? But I bet you she was. I bet you she was, and he just kind of kept that out of it, that they found her DNA as well. And his sister's DNA. So what they did was they said father in order to connect the son. They didn't mention the women because then you would realize that, isn't that interesting? If you hear that noise, as soon as I go live, usually they make these noises and cleaning the outside in the morning. We're late in the afternoon, and now all of a sudden I'm hearing the lawnmower going off. Okay. Or, you know, the trimmer going off. It's fucking incredible. Okay. Now hear me out. They didn't mention them. Why didn't they mention the fact that their DNA's on this thing too? Did I just, I emailed, I got, oh God, what's her name? Ann Taylor's, one of her secretaries to call me back, and she said, holy shit, thank you for the information. Okay? But she didn't say holy shit, obviously. She's like, oh my God, thank you for the information. I put the holy shit in there, okay? Because that's just how I roll. Holy. Okay. So they're going to go and find out more about that sheaf, and they're going to test it as well for the other family members. Oh my God. Oh, so if anybody's trying to push to help Bryan reopen his case, to get I forgot what they are, the witness, not witness, no, the Innocence Project going, please use this video. Okay, get this to them, get it out there. Okay, just don't stop. Also, make sure that I'm not the only one reaching out to Ann Taylor in her office with this. Yes, I may have gotten a call from her secretary, but make sure they're truly following through, and this does not go away and just kind of washed away where we never find out about it. I just promise you, it always happens that way. Whenever I give them something, they're happy with what I give them. I hook them up, and then it just kind of disappears. So, and it is happening. It's not that I'm wrong. It's just, I don't know. I know that they're doing an ongoing investigation, but I'm not really sure what's going on with the important information not only I give, that other people give. Okay, but this is important. So we have documentation, which I don't know if you can see that, from Blue Ridge. Okay, I don't know if he could have sold it through Blue Ridge as well, so I'll have to look into that. Or, because it's, it says a Blue Ridge warrant, but I don't know if it's a debit card, like what is Blue Ridge? Or is it a market where you can sell certain items to get a good price for it? Like eBay, Amazon. So give me a minute. So find out what this Blue Ridge thing is about, because I didn't go to look. But what if he sold it through the Blue Ridge to her? Or if that was the only way to transfer the funds. So let me look into that. Okay? Now, his dad's DNA is on it. His dad's nowhere in the area. Okay? He lives in Pennsylvania. And all his dad's DNA is what leads to Bryan. It is skin cells, not sweat, and I was thinking sweat, but it's not. It's skin cells. Now, skin cells is not going to get underneath the snap. I mean, if it does, that's kind of interesting. How does that go down? Okay. So, but it was skin cells, right? I know it's falling apart, isn't it? So, Kaylee. Now, coincidences happen, guys. Kaylee may have purchased it because she wanted one. Okay, or Maddie could have purchased... No, I would say Kaylee. Kaylee could have purchased it for Maddie as a birthday gift or a gift, because Maddie's into cowboy stuff. And she's into that, like having like a cowboy knife, cowboy boots, and all that stuff. Maybe it's a gift for Maddie, and that's how it ended up in Maddie's room from Kaylee. But it's very possible, because now Bryan has sold everything he had. When they went to go search his apartment and his storage unit was empty, cleaned out, and the apartment was just about cleaned out. He only left a few things and writing material and books and a little bit of clothing. Now, that doesn't mean he wasn't planning on going back to the school. However, it does look like he was ready to leave, and he just left some notes behind to say, hey, this is what's going on here in Washington and Idaho. So let me leave some info here for you. Okay? Who knows what was going on in his little mind? Okay, it could be a code. But Could Kaylee have purchased Bryan's knife? As Bryan felt he didn't need it anymore, or he never uses it? I'm telling you, it was so quiet until I just hit the live button. I swear to God, I'm being watched. And I don't know why the noise. But you're noticing that the noise in the camera footages and all the audio, okay, they're doing it on purpose. I'm telling you, this is late afternoon where I am. They don't do maintenance like this in the late afternoon. I mean, we're almost at dinner time. They don't. It's always done in the morning before lunch, and they don't work after 2 o'clock. Okay, this is Mexicans do not work after 2 o'clock where I am. Okay. So if you hear the lawnmower going, or whatever that machine is that they're using, blower, whatever the fuck, it's because I think they're watching my live event. Because it does not turn on unless I'm about to tell you something fucking important. Okay, well, let's look at Blue Ridge. This is Blue Ridge Warren, so Blue Ridge. Find out what that is. I'm going to call it Blue Ridge Market, but well, let's find out. I should have did that first. Okay, so they're not going to tell me. They're only going to show me mountain. Okay, hold on. Market. I'm going to go with Marketplace. Okay. How is Blue Ridge Flea Market? Fuck you! Say what? Say what? So, Blue Ridge... Okay, I was reading this, that some of the students will use the Facebook Marketplace. Well, the exchange is Blue Ridge. It's a Blue Ridge flea market. So when the money exchanges through the marketplace, it's called Blue Ridge. Now, I know here's not saying it completely, but there we go. I said, bringing buyers and sellers together. The marketplace aims to be a neutral space where customers and buyers want to purchase and I'm not going to be able to say it right. I know what the word is. Yeah, it's not going to roll off my tongue because of my speech impediment. Blank or services. And vendors or sellers who purpose of the... I'm going to continue saying comedy, but I know that's not how to say it. Commodity. Fuck me, yes. Okay. See, I got it. I had a very tough time saying it. So let me try it again. Because I'm going to get ready to say comedy again. Right. Commodity. See, I just have to practice. I have a problem. All right. Or service, one to sell. All other purposes of the market originates from this main point or secondary. Okay. So what I don't know is if the schools use the Blue Ridge Marketplace for them to sell their stuff, and if I'm right about the Facebook thing. But it's a coincidence. That's what linked them together, is a coincidence. Not that he's a serial killer or anything like that. It may have nothing to do with an investigation, watching her, or that she's an informant and that this hit is because of certain things, and it may have nothing to do with that. It could literally be a coincidence. So this is what they're hiding. Okay, so let me see. Um, Here we go. Buy, sell, trade household items. That's interesting on trade. How to tell if buyers is scamming you on Facebook Market. See? More on Facebook Market. Okay. Ever spot this blue sign? No. I don't know why they put the word Georgia on here. Here you go, Facebook with Blue Ridge Market. Facebook Market offer up. Oh, look at that. Even Fox News talks about it, but not for this, Idaho 4 case. Authorization, Blue Ridge Apartments. So there's apartments. Marketplace, Google. Appointment link, non-resident. Blue Ridge Market, Facebook. We could check it out. This group is dedicated to the flea market. Go suck my weenie if I had one. Say what? Boom. Okay. Why Facebook Marketplace is so bad. Don't worry about this one. Boom. Blue Ridge Flea Market. A group. It's also a group that you can sell stuff on Facebook. So if it's not the Facebook Market, it's a group. Go blank me. And that could be the connection. I don't really know a lot about Blue Ridge Flea Market, but I know that it's used for college students. That's all I do know. How is it used? Not sure. What is the exchange when you're purchasing something on Facebook Marketplace? And I think the exchange on your bank statement should be Blue Ridge. At least as far as I remember. As far as I know. I haven't purchased anything on Facebook in a while. I think probably 8 years. But I used to buy stuff off of Facebook Marketplace because they had such great deals. I would I purchased a washing machine through there, and really good one too. I couldn't believe it. It was long lasting. A vehicle, that was interesting too, to buy a truck through one of those. Jewelry, shoes. Okay, and you can only imagine the type of stuff that this students sell. So now, if they're not using the Blue Ridge Marketplace, they also have Postmark, all kinds of other apps that they can sell their stuff on. And the only reason why I feel that this is the coincidence and the link between Kaylee and Bryan is because it's much easier to meet locals and not be too far from the locals through Facebook. Boom. Bada bada boom. Okay, I would love to see somebody prove me wrong. Hello. So, yes, they have to look into Bryan's accounts when it comes to selling, his accounts with the Facebook. Okay, any type of market he happened to open up to sell products or services, or even to empty his storage unit. Okay, they would have to look at the same thing for Kaylee. So when they did this, hold on. Oh my gosh. So when they went and did this and got this warrant for the Blue Ridge purchase for the K-bar knife, that I did 2 live events about, that C-Girl found out about, okay? This is what they're hiding. Because they want the families to believe, okay, his DNA was there. Okay, that's it. It's over. Because that's the mentality that they have. They don't understand DNA. They don't understand DNA transfer and how that can just happen at a coincidence. They don't want to believe that K-bar knife was purchased by their daughter, and that's what links them to Bryan Kohberger. Not Bryan Kohberger ever going to the house, ever being a part of this atrocity, and being picked on by students and faculty. He has never ever experienced something like this in his life. Not even in Pennsylvania. Go ahead and go find something in Pennsylvania that shows anybody treating him the way Washington University treated him and the kids of Washington University. The little rich motherfuckers. The little, my mommy and daddy will pay for my grades. Motherfuckers. Okay? So, here I'm thinking, hey, wait a minute, they're probably trying to rub his DNA on there. Hey, maybe they were. But they got his dad's DNA, not him. So what did they do? They went and pulled him over how many times? To get Bryan's DNA. Otherwise, they got to now tell the world that they had to do this whole genealogy, this whole Othram thing, got 90-something% of daddy, which leads to son, because that's the only one in Washington. So it can't be daddy who did it, even though it's his skin cells on the motherfucker. Hello? Let me see what y'all got. Let me see. What y'all should be doing is clapping your hands right now. Okay? Clapping it. Mama, thank you for being here. Yes. We got the smoking gun to help Bryan right here. Okay, so Phoenix and I, obviously we don't get along, right? Reach out to Phoenix. Send this to her. If she could find something to help too when it comes to proving this, or even looking into it, I share it. I know I don't like, Bernie. I hate him. Okay, but they have that person. He has that personality that everybody loves. So regardless if he's a clown, but people listen. So take it to him. People listen. He's got that personality I'll never have. Okay, yeah, a little bit of jealousy. Yeah, okay, yeah, I do got that. All right. Hey, I can be jealous sometimes. I can admit it. But at the same time, I didn't need to be treated the way I was treated. Because what happened to Bryan in Washington University, that never happened to him in his whole fucking life, or in any fucking state he's ever been in, not even Pennsylvania, is the same shit that I had to experience here on YouTube. That I never ever had happened to me in real life, or any state or country I ever lived in, compared to what I went through here on YouTube and the bias that I've been through here on YouTube. Oh, I feel the pain. Oh, I can relate. Okay? I can relate. So I just proved to you that is the coincidence. That is the connection. I doubt that the perpetrators even knew anything about this. The individuals that actually did the unaliving, I don't think they knew anything about this. I truly believe they did collect that skin cell, and it matched up to Bryan's dad. But Bryan's dad was in Pennsylvania, lives in Pennsylvania's full alibi. Finding that father's skin cell on this item is how they got wind of Bryan Kohberger. And who did that? FBI, not the police department. FBI did that. Who was pulling Bryan over and having the officer constantly do that and reach in for ID or whatever they could as close as they can get to Bryan, but from the passenger side like a bunch of idiots, when real officers go to the driver's side? Okay, what was that? Because they're testing the DNA. Which one did they find? The dad's DNA or Bryan's DNA? Not that they put their DNA to go find out about their lineages, or where they came from, because they didn't. That's a lie. They never did that. They found DNA, but they didn't know whose DNA at the time. They didn't know, which one was which. Is this the dad's DNA or is this his DNA? So they had to go make sure. And then FBI reaches in to go get Bryan's DNA so that they can switch the DNA. I know that sounds crazy, but hey, doesn't this case? It sounds crazy. Why are they pulling this man over? How many times? Why is the officers, how many times, never go to the driver's side? They only go to the passenger side where the father is sitting. Oh, that is a question. Tell me why. Tell me why. Okay, so here you go. Student Campus Marketplace. They also have it with Craigslist. Okay. On Craigslist, Blue Ridge Market can be on a listing. Okay. So not everybody knows to go look for Blue Ridge if you want to buy stuff. Not everybody knows that unless the school lists it. Facebook groups list it, okay, which is easy to find there, which is the school, or Craigslist, Campus Craigs list. Okay. So, what are the chances that Kaylee Goncalves owns the same knife that Bryan owns? Never been used, brand new, because Bryan doesn't use these things. He just has it for protection. She doesn't use it. She just has it for protection. Never worn. You can tell just from the sides there. Never worn on a belt, nothing. There's no wear and tear whatsoever. Not even on the snap and everything. Okay? What are the chances that that's what they wanted to place this young man? Because, which makes things worse, he's a criminology student, and the first thing they thought about was Ted Bundy. That's the first thing we got a Ted Bundy over here. Okay, check. Okay, we got the DNA. But why does it say daddy? Oh, that's a technicality. We could deal with that. Don't worry about that. Okay, Bryan, you're going home. You're going home. If basically, if he's not a fed, he really is a student, and he really was framed in this manner, because that's what's going down, and he really did own this, and he didn't return it back to Amazon. He decides to sell his stuff. Okay, they find out he was selling some stuff because either A, he needed it for drugs. Okay, so he's back to doing his drug thing. I mean, look at his body; he's looking crazy. Or he's planning to leave because he's not getting along with anybody in Washington. He's going back home where people know him, where he grew up, where he's not being picked on. And they already know that he's different. He's understanding that he's different. That doesn't mean he's going to be angry enough to go after complete strangers. And here's the thing. Why go after these kids in that house when he's being picked on by the kids in his class? Why not go after them? Why not go after the grievance that he's having with the professors and go after their family? Help me understand. He chooses these guys? Why? Unless Kaylee became a police officer, got the job he couldn't get in Pullman, Washington. What if I'm right about that one? There's a motive right there, but hold up. He doesn't have that K-bar knife no more. He's already sold it. Could he have went back to their house? That bitch, she got my job. Yet he's going after fucking Maddie. So we know Maddie's not an officer. And we know that Maddie was first to go. We're watching the fact that Kaylee knows that her best friend's about ready to get her ass whooped, okay? And doesn't want her to feel it. She gets her best friend toasty. Toasted enough that she'll pass out in the middle of the whole damn thing. As soon as somebody blows in Maddie's ear, she's just going to tip the fuck over and just go right to sleep. Okay? There ain't no struggle. Okay? She went out in peace. Okay? This is another reason why when I brought up something that some people said I was nuts, that I had a dream about her. It was a while ago. It was last year sometime. And I kept having these recurring dreams that I can feel her, and I can feel Xana, and I can feel Ethan, but I cannot feel Kaylee. And I told you about my story. Now with Maddie, she was happy. She was hopping around from room to room, and she was giving me a tour of the house or a tour of the party. Nothing happened in her dream that was scary. She was still in party mode. So then it goes dark. When I try to start looking at the faces of everybody, it just goes dark. Now with Xana, it was red, it was black, it was scary. Okay, and all I can hear is a female screaming in the distance. And it would wake me up, and I would still hear that screaming, yet nobody's outside. It's fucking weird. Okay, but I did tell you that. So now that this report comes out this year, okay, around this year, or it was last year, right before this year, but when I told you my story, it was way before this release. Finding out that Maddie's blood alcohol level was enough to kill her. Okay? She wouldn't have known. She would have had a little small inkling of what was happening to her, and she would have gone very quickly. Not peacefully, but quickly. She would have got a quick, hey, what the hell, and passed right the fuck out. And just, boom, done. She would have never gotten tortured. She wouldn't have been able to. Because Kaylee made sure of that. Because Kaylee already knew. Why did she purchase weapons to defend herself and her best friend? Because I bet you this isn't the only thing she purchased. Because she also owns a revolver. She has a license to carry and conceal. Did you know that Steve G even talked about that? Because he taught his daughter how to defend herself and showed a video of taking her shooting and to get her C something license, which is the carry and conceal. Okay, you know the code. Okay, you know the short version. Okay. And he tells us this after they come out with the story that she was fighting for her life, taking over Xana's story and any popularity that poor Xana could have had. And then if you notice that when in that last interview with Brian Enton, he brings her up, and he doesn't even talk about his daughter anymore or what happened to her. No, he goes right into Xana. That poor girl Xana. And what they did to her, that should have been enough. I was like, wait a minute. What? So, what is your purpose of kissing Xana's family's ass? So, they get word that their child did everything that she could to survive and possibly help out her loved ones. And what did you do, Steve G? You took away their story and you embellished one for your daughter? And then how much money did you make to get the coroner's office to add a few things to the issue? How much money do you owe to make sure that in Truth Finder or public records that your daughter won't be mentioned being unalived, or passing away at a hospital and on that different date, placing her in that house? How much money did you pay those officers to make sure they placed her in the scene of the crime? Yeah, Stevie. Ooh, everything's rolling around you, isn't it? Ooh. And did y'all take your time and go watch the very first interview where he is sitting with Olivia before she loses weight, of course, before she even has the baby, and her brother, not the second one, not the third one, not the one where she's all vocal, the one where she's less vocal, the one where she's staring like she saw a ghost, not knowing what to say or do, being guided by the father and the brother. That one. Then he says in an interview after Bryan's sentencing, because he was nervous that it was a trap, that all the families got treated differently than them. There was protections for them, a different entrance for them, but there was nothing for the Goncalves family. Then they were scared that if they didn't read their testimony right, they would get arrested. Why would Steve G say that? What is Steve G scared of? The if if this is an ongoing investigation, what is he afraid of? Yeah, I am the channel that goes where no man goes. No channel will ever touch what I touch, or even test the waters in which I test. No channel will, they don't have the guts. They're so scared of losing their channel. They're so scared of losing their monetization. They're so scared of not making that money. They will not push the limits. They will only push the limits just enough and at the same time show respect. Here's my respect. I'm winding a jack in a box, okay? And my middle finger is going up slowly. And it's going ding, 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 boom! Okay? Because I ain't got no fear. I ain't got nothing to lose. At all. And that's what makes me dangerous when it comes to this investigation. That's why I know that if I continue pushing, I continue making all you guys question. And then if you all guys continue questioning and I continue pushing, oh, we're going to find out what the hell happened at 1122 King. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Now, for a little while, you're going to have content creators too afraid to touch this. Can't touch this. There, 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 there. Can't touch this thing. Oh, they won't touch this. Only because of fear. And it's not because they care about this case. What they care about is their reputation. Maybe they're a little afraid to get sued. I don't know. I'm not afraid to get sued. You can't sue me. It's called freedom of motherfucking speech, bitches. Take that away and I will fight you. I will sue you. Touch my amendment right, motherfucker. No, but, most of these other individuals have given up their amendment rights, their freedom of speech, because they don't fight. They don't question too much. They only question to a point, and then wind it back. Oh, I'm just innocent. I'm just no, Steve, I'm coming for you. And eventually, maybe these kids will not be afraid of you, and they'll come for you too. The ones that know what the fuck's going on. Maybe they'll finally talk. But you know what? It's going to start right here. The purchase of a K-bar knife, homie. Oh, yeah. And then we're going to get into LinkedIn. Okay? We're going to find out who actually deleted the LinkedIn. Okay? Daddy. And eventually, you never know. Somebody's going to talk. Either that or somebody's just going to say, hey, dude, you need to come up with some more money if you want to keep me quiet. Hey, I can't be bought. Okay, I really can't. Because I already know that if I went that route, they could just get me when things die down, okay, and collect it all back. So I'm not here to to make no damn money, okay, because I already know that blood money's gonna kill you later, okay, and I'm no public figure, obviously, so I could just disappear tomorrow. When things die down, though, when people ain't thinking about me, yeah. Hey, here's $1 million, shut up. Oh, that's beautiful. But then, if they don't come after me, they'll go after my loved ones. Oh, hell the fuck no. Bitch, I ain't shutting up for shit. You can take that $1 million and shove it up your... Because once you take that $1 million, you have so much to lose. And right now, I have nothing to lose. Boy, you can't get to know me. You can't find my weaknesses because I made sure I don't have no damn weaknesses. You can't come at me physically. God's already there. He's just he's like, hey, I'm just going to keep you here because I need you for a moment. Okay? And then when you're done, then I'll come for you. So I'm obviously here for that reason. You have no clue who I am. Physical nature, nothing. You have no clue why I have nothing to lose. You have no clue why I am doing this, and I'm not even worried about being monetized. I'm not getting a dime for this. There is no support for me. There's nothing but bias on this YouTube streets for me. Yet I'm still here. Who really, truly cares about this case is somebody who has nothing. Okay? And somebody who's not afraid to sit there and call out a family, regardless of what they think they went through. Now, as for the mother, I don't think she's in the loop. I don't think she knows. I believe her reactions are true. In her mind, she has lost a daughter. The rumors being told to her are true. Okay? So, I have nothing against the missus, but I feel so bad for who she married. Because it's that person that's hiding everything from her. With the help of one of her daughters, that is a damn motherfucking shame. Okay? All right, let me see what you all got. Oh, you hit the like. Some people hopped off because, again, they're scared. Or B, they're smart and they're getting ready to go check this bitch out and make a better video than me. Okay? Get it out there. Hello. C girl, thank you so much for this information right here. Okay, guys, this is what you need. I could be wrong, right? But look at the date. So this is the warrant. When they did the warrant is January 5th, 2023. Okay. Or they did the warrant in December, my bad. And then they posted it on that date. There's more information on there. Blue Ridge Knives. Oh, there's even Blue Ridge Knives. Okay, hold on. Purchased March 8th, 2022. Blue Ridge can sell your knife too. Blue Ridge Knives. Hold on. That doesn't mean that's where she got the knife. They got a warrant for Blue Ridge Knives because there is a such thing. I didn't think of that. But I did show you the Blue Ridge Marketplace. Okay? So, let's look at Blue Ridge Knives. And I think you can sell your knife to Blue Ridge or through Blue Ridge as well, depending on the type of knife. I could be wrong. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Booyah! Okay, check it out. Yeah. All right. Hold on, give it a second. Are we going to get the K-bar? Blue Ridge K-bar knife. Now, we got it here. Amazon sells it. How many people sell it? Okay. She purchased through either the Blue Ridge Marketplace or the Blue Ridge Knives. This is what they're hiding from us, okay? Now, hold on. Ah! Okay, so you can sell your knife to Blue Ridge, and then Blue Ridge can sell to someone else. See? Another way of getting rid of your knife, okay? You can sell your stuff back to Blue Ridge, okay? Get the money, and then Blue Ridge will sell it. Here's some information. Give them a call. Do your screenshot. Find out if they can sell your item, as I don't know if they can. Okay, so I'm going to do my screenshot too. Okay. And also look into the Blue Ridge Marketplace, because it may not... We don't know if she purchased it through this company or the marketplace in which I shown you earlier. So just do a rewind. Bet you know I'm right. You know I'm right. You can email the guy too. Look at that. Tommy. Hey, Tommy. Hey, Joe. What's up? Hey, tell me about your product. Hey, if I want to sell something, and get rid of it, how do we do it? Okay. Sorry. Just want to make sure y'all know. Let me see. Can I sell near me? Okay. Where can I sell near me? Oh, shit. I'm not even there. I can't believe it went there. We buy custom. Here's another one. They buy custom antique knives. And they sell it. How to become a knife dealer through Blue Ridge Knife. Hey! What if Bryan Kohberger started doing this? Selling knives through the Blue Ridge Knife Company. How to become a knife dealer. Blue Ridge Wholesale. Oh, there's so much we gotta learn. United States online retail industrial secrets. Oh, there's so much to look into, guys. Look, check this out. Welcome. Become a dealer now. Become a dealer. Here you go. Email, fax, make it happen. Selling knives at a gun show. Case knives. Marketplace, baby. Blue Ridge Marketplace. Selling your knife through the Blue Ridge. Boom. So if it's Blue Ridge Knives Marketplace. Where to buy? Don't tell me. Okay, we're done with that. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. All right. The school should have it too. It's Craigslist, and they would have Blue Ridge sales on there as well. Hold on. Boom. Okay. There's a writer. There's more writers about on campus marketplace, so they can have a group. There could be something. Oh, look at this! I went right behind the letters. Oh, neato. I was tripping right there. And it disappeared. Did you see that? Okay. I believe Blue Ridge knives could be on here as well, where you can purchase things. Remember, this is the North, and hunting gear, camping gear is so important. Okay? Especially for recreational purposes. I mean, that's what I was trying to say. Or even competitions. People are into certain type of sports. But, believe it or not, Wrigley's, believe it or not, could this knife have been purchased by Kaylee? Could it have been a Facebook exchange on Blue Ridge Facebook group and possibly Facebook Marketplace? Could Bryan have decided to become a dealer, a knife dealer, and this was his first sale, was his own knife? Could he have sold the knife back to Blue Ridge, and then during a used K-Bar knife sale got into Kaylee's hands? Couldn't it just be a coincidence? Coincidences happen. Yes, they do. So, I have her video on my channel. Okay? You can watch it over and over again. I did 2 live events about it. Kaylee owns the same knife. The same kind of knife, no matter how you want to put it. But Bryan's dad skin sales are on it. They said that they did a family lineage. Othram Labs doesn't do that. That's 21 Labs that does that. So shortly during this whole proceedings, okay, as them introducing Othram Lab, what happened to 21 and I? Because that is where everybody went to go find out who their ancestors are, or what real relation that they are. Are they really Italian? Could they be German? Could they be something they did, a different nationality? Family members, connections. 21 and I. And then go find out when they went bankrupt and sued, bankrupt. It was right when Bryan Kohberger got arrested. It was within that year 2022 and 23, okay? That's when it went down. I think it was 23, right after he was arrested. Hello. And then all of a sudden we hear about Authorin Labs. And then they introduce Authorin Labs. They found a way to make something stick, especially the fact that they thought that they had a copycat, another Ted Bundy, because Bryan fit the profile. Being autistic, being weird, being awkward, and exceeding beyond expectations, succeeding in places that normal humanity can't fucking do, okay? In criminology. Now, Ted Bundy was cute. He had charisma. He was able to go on dates. He didn't have a problem picking up bitches. So there's a difference there. Ted Bundy can trap a mother effer. How in the world is Bryan going to do it if people are looking at him like he has a fucking disease? Okay. They said no stalking, so don't even tell me. They said, no, there was no stalking. That's not like, whatchamacallit was real big on that. There was no stalking. No, that's false. Get rid of the stalking idea. Real quick, real scared. Don't mention the word stalking. We heard that. We heard how he reacted in court, in Judge's courtroom. No. Mm-mm-mm. Then how they were trying to discredit Cyree so that he couldn't help Bryan. Did you know that they even tried to discredit Dr. Turvey so that he too couldn't help Bryan? Smack that one. Take that to the bank. All right, I gotta go. Yes, she owns one. How did she get it? Was it through Blue Ridge Services? Okay, because it says Blue Ridge Warrant Services. Was it through Blue Ridge Knives? Or was it through Facebook? Blue Ridge Group. How did she get the same knife as Bryan? How is Bryan not own anything? Bryan has nothing to lose. How is that? And he was that way even in Pennsylvania, where his friend said that he would go into his room and he had nothing. Not even a game console. Because he was a drug addict. And if you look at him when he was arrested and now, like, he looked like, they cleaned him up a bit. But he still looks like a fucking drug addict. He looks like he has HIV. Guys. He looks like, not that he got it through sex, is obviously he just may be a 50-year-old virgin, right? A 40-year-old virgin, excuse me. That was a joke. I know he's not in his 40s. But there's a movie. Okay? He may still be a virgin. But we don't know if he's ever shared needles. He looks like he has HIV. He looks like he's dying. Not because of famine, food, or... Look at him. He looks like an HIV patient when they're getting closer and closer to death. Listen, I swear on my life, he may not come out of this innocent until he's already dead. And he is dying. He is going to be reported as unalived, but how? I don't know. But they're not going to mention a disease. I have no clue what they're going to use. But I think Bryan is dying. I think he has HIV. I can't tell you why I believe that, but I do know from trying to understand it, the fear of it, studying it a little bit, what they end up looking like when they come close to the end. And they start looking older than their grandparents before you go. Your eyes sink in. And the same thing with crystal meth addicts. Their eyes sink in, okay? But they get pimples all over their face. He doesn't have any pimples. He has nice skin. But they get real bony. You start seeing their bones. They start wrinkling up a little bit like an old man. And it's getting worse even for Olivia with that Ozempic shot. I have a bad feeling about her too, that if they don't fix her now, what if she too caught a little something something? Maybe she cheated on her husband. Something's not right. I just have a feeling. I didn't mean to bring it up. I don't know if any of you guys have this feeling. But I believe 2 people are going to die in the future. And probably near future. Maybe by next year. They probably only have a year left. I'll be surprised if I'm wrong. Okay? So literally. I'll be surprised. What are your thoughts? I could talk for an hour, man. I like, we could do some research. Alright, I think it was cross-contaminated. Oh, very well could be too. Remember they did, no, they didn't. I don't think they ever had any conversation with him until Pennsylvania. I don't think they had any, they weren't able to question him or even talk to him. They know nothing about him until Pennsylvania. They allowed him to drive to Pennsylvania and act like he was on the run. To act like he was a fugitive. There was no warrant for his arrest until they already knew he was on his way to Pennsylvania. And they let him go to Pennsylvania. They knew he was on his way to his parents for the holidays. What bothered them was the fact that his storage is empty. His apartment looks like it's empty. It looks like he's not coming back. It looks like he's fleeing the crime scene. Kaylee purchased not too long ago. Let's get the date. Okay? A K-bar knife. That doesn't mean she got it from the company. This is just the report. It doesn't mean that it's positive that she purchased this knife from Blue Ridge Knives. What shows is that she was interested in that knife or a knife like it. She literally could have found it cheaper from a local person that she can drive to. Pullman's not that far. And exchange, cash or purchase it through the marketplace. But that's the paperwork we don't have. We only have this proving she made a purchase. There's purchases through Blue Ridge. Or there possibly was one because it's on her debit card. That doesn't mean she purchased that specific knife from there. She could have purchased a machete, okay? There's lots of knives. A little pocket knife. And then later purchased Bryan's knife. It explains how Bryan's dad's skin cells is on that knife sheath, not Bryan whatsoever, who worries so much about his skin cells, okay? And she owns the same knife. Alrighty. Bryan owns nothing as he leaves for his dad's. The car, there's hardly any boxes or bags of clothes as he leaves for his dad. Well, I guess whatever he needed was in the trunk and in the trunk only. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that looks suspicious, don't it? Oh, I'm fleeing the scene. Hey, if I'm gonna get picked on and somebody's gonna ruin my reputation in a town, in an area, I'm getting the fuck out of there. Especially the fact that it's never happened to me before. I never had to move around like that in order to hide from nobody. All of a sudden, he's a problem. When there, if you, I mean, his professor has nothing bad to say about him, or she couldn't even see the signs, and she's a professional. Well, Catherine Ramsey is a professional when it comes to serial killers. She studies them, but she couldn't see the signs. Yeah, go figure. Don't play me no fiddle, because I'm not a fiddle, okay? You can't play me like a fiddle. You guys can be played like a fiddle, because it's you guys that gave up your amendment rights to freedom of speech and any amendment rights so far in the United States by what you vote for, by the way you think and the things that you believe. You're the one that destroyed your own life and everyone's life around you by your bias, by your closed-mindedness.